Now, we got all kinds of shit to go over today, so you motherfuckers better be ready for this one. Now, if I had one magic trick to incinerate fat and show you how you can do this in a repeatable manner, would you take me up on that offer? Just look at these pictures. How many days apart do you think these are? 2, 3, 4 weeks? What if I told you these are a mere 3 days apart, and that there's a way to get both bigger and leaner while applying this principle in the middle of a cut? Today, we're going to dive deeper into the value of a strategic refeed for fat loss and go over why they are important to accelerate your fat loss in a deep, deep deficit. And not only that, you're going to want to stay tuned until the end of this video, because I have a burning question from a subscriber that you can apply to your own coaching for either yourself or your clients and unlock a common bottleneck that everybody seems to have when they're getting into this. So as a coach, what do you do when you've been in a steep deficit, or you've had a client in a steep deficit for about 4 months, progress halts, everything comes to a grind, and you can't just keep pushing harder? You enter the alpha zone.
Shut the fuck up.
So as an alpha coach, we make sure that we take all recovery metrics into account here. Now, me, myself, I've been cutting for over 4 months at this point. I'd hit a point where I was just utterly exhausted this weekend, the point of no return. I had a ton of brain fog and systemic fatigue that had been building up for weeks. This led to the inability to lose any weight. I actually gained weight, and I could not finish my work and my workouts both on the same day. It was one or the other. It was clients or myself, and that's not typically me. So I hit up my coach Colton, and I was like, yo, bro, we got a fucking problem. Let's figure this shit out. So in order to fix this, we had to kick all the Seco bros to the curb and tell them to go the fuck themselves, because honestly, weight loss isn't always binary, especially when getting down to bodybuilding levels of lean. A lot of times you can't go by the calculations on the calculator, and that's why people stall out in their fat loss journey and they kind of rebound back and then go back to where they started. Because when they hit that plateau, that's where you really need to know what you're doing and either have some kind of guidance or a good coach to help you along the way. So being a slave to the hard numbers and not tracking your recovery and your visual metrics leads to a dumpster fire. That's why when I sent my check-in this past weekend and Colton saw my weight actually start to go up a little bit, and I told him in a message, I was like, bro, it might be time for a refeed. Like, me being a coach, that was my idea. He took a look at my training metrics and how flat I was, and he's like, I think so too. And because all these metrics had taken a dump, it just made sense to implement it. Now, before we go deeper into this, we need to figure out what a refeed is. So what is a refeed? It's a period of time where you go from a caloric deficit and you bring yourself back up to maintenance or maybe a little above it, typically by adding back a lot of carbs and maybe a little bit of fat. And that's the strategy we did. Typically, he doesn't add a ton of fat for me, but this time we went with a more moderate approach where my carbs went up a little bit and my fats came up a little bit too, because I've been on very low fat for a long period of time. Now, I just come off a high day, literally, I think the day before, maybe 2 days before my check-in, and I was still flat as shit. So my high day, you know, we go super high on the carbs, but that didn't make a very big difference. So adding some fat back really did help. And then we also made sure to stay out of the gym, not doing any cardio for 2 days. What was the result? This picture right here. So yes, by increasing my calories back to fat ass status, we actually had a gigantic increase in the amount of fullness in my legs, my waist got tighter, and my arms got bigger. This is only a couple days apart, guys. It's drastic, the effect it can have. This is why we do a carb up before we step on stage as bodybuilders also. You get super flat, and then just soaking up all those carbs makes a huge difference in performance and visuals. Now, the thing to be careful about with refeeds, you can't just do these willy-nilly, and a lot of times people will want to give themselves a cheat day or a cheat meal every single week, and that's honestly way too frequent. You get one high day a week and then maybe use one fun meal. I tell people about once a month. If you want to take your wife out to dinner or whatever, that's fine. Make smart choices. Don't eat the whole fucking menu.
You got cheese like me?
But you can't be doing this every single week. And a lot of people have it built in their mind. They can just have a cheat day every single week and they just wipe out all their progress from the whole week. You think it takes 3,500 calories below maintenance to lose 1 pound of fat. That is a lot of calories in a week that you wipe out by having that one untracked day where you go 3,000 calories above what you were supposed to be. So instead of spinning your wheels, wondering why you're not making progress with all these damn cheat days, go ahead, hire a good coach, or click the first link down in the description below to join our school. Inside that school, we have all of our diet and nutrition resources all in one spot that both myself and Colton use every single day with our clients. I'm telling you, my calculators, all of my documents, any education you can think of, literally hundreds of hours of education, all condensed into one spot for you to make your fitness journey a success. Whether it be fat loss or muscle gain, we have both protocols in there for you to use that we've used with hundreds of clients, bodybuilders, fat loss guys, girls, you name it. It's all right there. So stop complaining. Either go ahead, book a call with me. If you want to work one-on-one and just take the thought out of it, that's fine too. But if you're struggling and you have a free resource right there, go ahead and use it. Don't be a Lizzo and keep shoving food down your throat and acting like I don't know anything, pleading ignorance, like that's going to get you anywhere.
Where's my salad? I forgot to order salad. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Like, we're here to level up, motherfuckers. Let's go. And now that Big Daddy Seth gave you that little dissertation there about leveling yourself the fuck up,
Daddy, chill.
it's time to go ahead and see what one of my subscribers said about how he wants to level his own business and personal life up. So from my subscribers, also he's inside our school too, so kind of double dipping here, but Callum DiCavedo, I think I said that right, is inside our online coaching course. And he asked, I really want to get into online coaching and do physique transformations. I've come to realize I know more than 95% of people out there who go to the gym consistently, even though I'm not super advanced. I'm getting a degree in human physiology and really trying to grow my brand. I need tips on how to get started. Any help is appreciated. At the same time, I feel like I'm not big enough to convince people, but I also see 18 and 19-year-olds with shit form that are literally obese, coaching people and getting paid because they use a gym pin and suck off Paul Carter. So I don't know. Well, sucking off Paul Carter is never going to get you anywhere because he's an asshole that's going to sit there and whine in people's DMs all the time, even though he's never offended by anything. And he'll sit there and limit his comments so you can't respond back to him. It's hilarious. That guy is the biggest fucking snowflake ever. And you know what? He can at me. Send this to him. Like, he's a fucking piece of shit. I can't stand him. But yeah, so that is common. You do see that. And to be honest with you, if you know 20% more than somebody at a topic and you can get them 20 to 50% faster results than they could on their own, then that is a good enough offer for most people to move forward and pay you for that advice. So don't feel like you're not confident just because you don't think you've had enough time in the field. If there's people out there like you that know less than you, that really want help, and you feel like you can offer that with a killer offer, go ahead and reach out to them, man. Like, that is the best thing you can do, even if you start working for free and you get some testimonials and people see the results. They know that, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. They see the results. They're like, hey, he's got a really good program. If he can do that for me, I would go ahead and pay him for it. Like, it's going to save me so much time and effort that I would have to put in myself to go do all this research and learn. And you think a lot of business people too, like people that are really high up there, they're always trading their time for money because they have almost no time. They have the money, but they don't have time anymore. So if you can provide that to higher end people, they'll be willing to pay you more also. And all coaching is an exchange of your time for other people's money. So that's how you have to look at it at the end of the day. You can't feel bad about charging people when you're helping them change their lives forever. And a lot of people are actually appreciative of it. If you're charging a decent market rate, people respect that more than if you go super cheap on things too. So think about that, because if they see a really cheap program and you look kind of young and you're timid, it's going to be a red flag for most people. But if you're still not 100% confident in making an ask for money, go ahead, start out for free. First 5 clients or so, get the testimonials, make sure they're okay with you using them, and go ahead and post those. And then the next 5 people, maybe go 20% of what you would charge, and then work your way up until you have a full roster of clients that you're charging full price for, that you're confident with, and you have all the transformations to back it up and a real brand to build off of. That's the best advice I can give you, man. So go ahead, implement that. And if there's any other viewers on here that are interested in the online business aspect, just know we are building a second school right now for building an online business for fitness coaching. So we're going to show you how to get up to doing at least 10 to 20K a month by doing that. But that's something we're building out. We're in the process of putting all the bricks together right now to get that up and running. So that'll be out there in the future along with the school we already have. Big announcement in that school, by the way, is we have confirmed with the Trend Twins that Mikey and Christian will be coming in June 14th at 7 p.m. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be an awesome experience. Can't wait to have those guys in and ask them about their content creation journey, because they started from next to nothing and they have a huge online presence now. So that's going to be an awesome event. I want you guys to be there for it. If you have any questions about that event, go ahead, drop a question down below in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer it. And if this interests you and any more business related content is your thing, go ahead and click this video right here to learn 3 mistakes that people constantly make with their online coaching business. Actually, it's over this way. I forget that it flips me around when I record videos.